This week on Out of Bounds, we're going to be talking about football, more specifically the Philadelphia Eagles trade for the number 2 overall pick, Johnny Manziel, and the future of the sport in general. Without further ado, this is Out of Bounds! Which team is the only team to go undefeated in an NFL season?
And win the Super Bowl, the Dolphins.
That would be the Miami Dolphins.
Saints?
Nope. Do you have another guess?
It's not the Steelers.
No, sir, it is not. It's actually the 1972 Miami Dolphins.
Dolphins?
Dolphins, yeah, they went 19-0 one year.
That's never going to happen again.
Who is the only player in NFL and MLB history to play in both the World Series and the Super Bowl?
Well, I know Bo Jackson played both, but I think the answer is Deion Sanders.
I'm going to take a really good guess. I'm going to say it's Mr. Glenn Mann.
Oh, snap. They play for the Raiders. I'm trying to think of his name.
Not him, no.
It's not
This
Bo
guy didn't play
Jackson?
for the Raiders. It's not Bo.
Alright. It's not D. It is Deion?
It's Deion, prime time. You an Eagles fan?
I watch the Eagles.
Well, are you aware that they currently traded for the number... They didn't currently, but they traded for the number 2 overall pick in the draft that's tomorrow.
Yeah, I do, and I think that's kind of stupid.
I don't like it. I really don't like it.
No, don't like it.
What do you think? You think they're going to take a QB? And if they do take a QB, who would you want them to take? Wentz or Goff?
I say golf more if they take a QB, but honestly, I don't see them taking a QB because they just gave Sam Bradford what?
I do. You don't really go that high without getting a quarterback. Plus, we kind of needed him, but I still don't think there's market. There's market for a quarterback.
I definitely think Goff. I feel like Wentz coming out is going to have the better overall, highest stock. I feel like he's going to perform the best coming out. I don't mind Goff, but I think the Eagles just signed Sam Bradford. They just got Chase Daniels. I don't see why they have to get a third quarterback because one of them's end up getting cut.
Johnny Manziel, big party guy, partying his life away, recently lost his endorsement with Nike, recently got dropped by his agent. Do you think he has a future in the NFL?
I think he does. Someone's going to need him. I mean, it's kind of stupid what he did, but he definitely has a future somewhere. Well, somebody's going to need him.
I do. I just have to see him in the right system. I say, he might fall out and possibly get picked up probably maybe by the 49ers.
I think he's going to party it all away. I think he's too childish. Money man's out. No.
I think he's going to do well. I feel like if Von Miller can get him going on a good path, that Johnny Manziel will utilize his skill and his assets to become a very good quarterback. Maybe not a Peyton Manning, but I feel like he can be a solid QB1, QB2 on a roster, Maybe a good backup like we had Sanchez for a little bit here in Philly, but I feel like he's not going to be the number one guy for a few years.
I can agree with that. He needs to mature a lot as a person and a player before he's ready to take on that responsibility. And then finally, what do you think about the future of football, considering, all the concussions, the linking of chronic traumatic encephalopathy and, football, and just mothers being more concerned about putting their kids to play this sport at a young age? Do you think football really has a future in America, in the world?
Well, football will always have a future. I know they started little programs called Heads Up, whereas though they teach kids at a younger age how to tackle properly instead of just going in with their head.
I think football has a future in America. I think you're going to see some significant changes, especially after the movie Concussion. I think that's kind of going to be like the Blackfish of the NFL. It's definitely going to open a lot of things wide. I think there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of different things made, hopefully new helmet designs.
I don't really know all about it, but there's tests going on, to test better helmets and everything. But it's part of the game. It's every sport has its injuries, like baseball. It's we have the same thing with the concussion thing with the balls coming back and the pitchers. You can't do anything about it. Basketball, the ACLs, you can't do anything about those either. They're rolled ankles.
They need to secure the injury protocol more, but right now there's not much they can do considering that players are getting fined hundreds of thousands of dollars for bad calls, bad hits.
Well, that's all for this week's episode of Out of Bounds. I would once again like to thank Sam, Kayla, and Wes for being the best crew of all time. And being as this is the final episode of the season, I'd like to thank all the people for watching. Finally, for the last episode, this is Out of Bounds! Did I kick you?